Todd, they always say that the second Hangover is the worst one that you could have, and you love to cause chaos and mayhem on screen. So what was it like to be filming in Bangkok?
Well, you know, it is. The movie's very much about mayhem, and I say, you know, in order to capture mayhem, we had to go to mayhem, and that's what it was in Bangkok. It was a very hot, chaotic, and crowded city, but we had a great time there. It was just it was a pretty difficult shoot logistically, but other than that, I mean, it's a beautiful city, and we had a really great time.
This is Christian Aust from Germany, Wolfpack chapter North Germany. Honored to have you here, you know. Could you talk a bit about, you know, the first day on set together, you know, reuniting? Was it, you know, I guess it was easy to get into the vibe again. Was it like a family reunion? How did it work for you?
You know, it actually was. I think the first scene we shot was at the IHOP, is that correct? Yeah, and I was amazed at how easily we sort of slid right back into the characters and the situation. And that was very exciting because I thought, God, look what we have ahead of us. And you know, it's interesting also too to work with a director who's evolved from the first one. I mean, Todd made a movie in between these two called Due Date that's incredible, and just the first day I showed up on set, he had talked to me about how much he had even thought that he'd changed as a director, and I noticed that firsthand at the first day of shooting, and then that carried through the whole movie. So it really was an incredible experience for all of us.
Would you like to add anything, Ed, or
I found it to be horrible to be back on set. No, we had such a great time making the first movie, and that's really where we got to know each other, and where these friendships were forged, and then in the aftermath, watching the Hangover sort of become this juggernaut and kind of spin out of control in a way that none of us predicted. That sort of put us through the ringer in a different way, in a more fun and excitement, and created even more of a bond. So getting back together on set, it was so automatic, and I think also goes back to the very first instincts that Todd had, putting these three weird, disparate people together, just worked, not just as a cast, but also as friends.
So what was it like for you to actually be, you know, jumping into that group of male testosterone and
It was awesome. I Sucker Punch, all girls. We bonded immediately, and we're kind of there from the beginning, all of us. And it was quite intimidating coming into this group. You can only imagine. First day on set, I was very nervous, but they're all great, and it really is magical to watch them work because they all they just get each other, just, you know. So it's great.
Maybe there will be a sequel in Berlin also. Are there any dangerous places you already checked out here in the city? Maybe last night.
For me, just for me. What, is you assuming something about my personality? I did. I was here a month ago for Limitless. Yeah, for a second, for I think two nights. We are shooting the third Hangover in Berlin. That's correct.
He's joking.
Yeah, then you got.
It was a joke.
We have good conditions here. Ask the film business industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you like the city? What would you consider to be maybe interesting places?
Well, the connoisseur of the city is Justin, right? I mean, I think no, but isn't this your favorite city?
It is my favorite city.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, in general, I just love the people here and everything about the city. I just think it's a young, vibrant city that feels alive with artistic ideas and freedom.
Yeah, it definitely has the word. The word is, you know, everybody talks about how Berlin is the place to go to. But I wish I don't have much time here. That's the problem. When you come here for junkets, you really don't have time to explore.
I really like the Hard Rock Cafe.
I love the view from my hotel.
It's so unique. That and the ESPN zone is the two places.
Will there be another sequel? And if yes, where will it take place?
You know, we haven't actually spoke about a third one. You know, people keep asking me about it, and you know, it's something that if we decide to do, it's based on what the audience's response to this movie is, and as you know, it's just opening pretty much everywhere now or next week. So I don't know, and as far as where it would take place, I haven't put a lot of thought into it. I have ideas and stuff, but you know, I was saying, you know, to you, I think that I'm very open to the idea how the Olympic Committee does it, I'd like to be flown around the world and shown different cities and what they have to offer. I'd like to be presented with proposals, and I will make my decision based on that.
You know, talking about your censorship, because I heard the story about the first one that you were kind of afraid to show to your parents due to the fact that you were running around naked most of the time. So what about the second one? Because you are not afraid to show even more and do more crazy things. So.
Well, I think in the first one, yeah, my father and I, we waited to show my mother for a few weeks just because my mother was more conservative. But we underestimated her because she loved the movie more than anybody. She was like, you know, you don't give me enough credit and stuff like that. And she loved the first movie.
Chow?
Yeah, I know. My mother said, "You don't give me enough credit." and then so
Her name's Leslie.
Her name's Leslie, Leslie Chung. And the second movie, both of my parents can't wait to see it. They love the first movie so much, and they've seen it so many times that no, there'll be no apprehension in the Jung household to see the second one. Everyone's excited.
Can you talk a little bit about the Clinton cameo? Was it supposed to happen? Was it a coincidence? And what did you think about the film? And also, if you comment on the cameo level, was it Mike Tyson also a sure thing to this one?
Okay, so real quickly, you know, when you're making a sequel to, when we made the first movie, we flew so under the radar. You know, nobody knew what The Hangover was. We were able to shoot it in complete secrecy. When you make a follow-up movie, obviously it's a little harder to fly under the radar. So what happens is, you know, as everybody knows, everybody with their cell phone cameras, and Bill Clinton did happen to be in Bangkok. We went to see him give a speech, and he invited us to dinner. Nothing to do with the movie. And the next day, his Secret Service guys and him stopped by the set. Somebody takes a cell phone picture, and all of a sudden it runs in the paper. Bill Clinton is starring in The Hangover 2. He never, ever was meant to be in the movie. So there was no Bill Clinton cameo. And as far as Mike Tyson, you know, I just firmly believe that Mike is such an iconic part of the first movie. Even though it wasn't a huge role in the first movie, he just stood out for so many people, and it was such a special moment that he was somebody that I really wanted to work into bringing back. We all love him so much, and he's sort of part of that Hangover family that we were just excited to have him out there.
Why do you think everybody all over the world, so many people love these comedies?
I think that it's twofold. I think people like the aggressiveness of the comedy. I think that it tends to go a little further and the unapologetic nature of the comedy. I mean, I think that's like the comedic philosophical reason, and then I think the more base reason is, quite honestly, it's a universal theme. Everybody makes bad decisions, and you know, Mike Tyson says it in the first movie. He says people do dumb shit when they're fucked up, and I mean that's kind of what The Hangover's about. And I think a lot of people have experience with that.